my second video, and again, my name is Kim. I am trying to reach out to others that may need help with sexual abuse, mental abuse, and it could even be emotional abuse. Growing up, I learned that there's two things that could happen. After dealing with like the first portion of it, you can either rise above with it or you can completely shut down. Sadly enough, I was one that had shut down. I used to be so outgoing when I was little and up until that point, and I completely shut down. I stopped talking to the friends that I had. I just kept to myself. In the months and years that followed, I literally wound up coming up with not having a voice. I allowed my parents to dictate what I could and couldn't do. I allowed others along with that to do that as well. I pretty much just didn't have a voice. Obviously now I do, but there were times growing up that I would say that I've learned from. For example, when people go through this type of abuse, there are signs. One being that person could have shut down. Trust me, you could tell, like, especially if you are familiar with that person's energy, force, the way that they act, if you're familiar with how they act and all, you can tell there's certain signs. So like being more quiet or more confined to themselves, for example, could be some ways of knowing that something has happened. Growing up, I did find myself actually telling my dad no at one point. When we used to live in this 2-story house, I had a bed that had a headboard. I didn't know at the time, but my dad had put a toy in there. And we had family around, so me and my cousins had went upstairs because we were just gonna like play with like some dolls or something, and my cousins started like looking around the room and all, and they came across the toy. They asked me, what is that? I'm like, I don't know, and I don't know why it's there. So it was a little awkward at first. After we got past that, I noticed that my dad was actually peeking in through the door out the corner of my eye, and he was trying to motion me to get them to partake in it. I remember that all I did was shake my head no. And after that, a few minutes later, he was gone. So I started to get a little bit of a voice, but then it was like it got beat back down because of certain relationships my mom had had. So, I mean, you still have a voice, it's just you're not more confident in yourself of having a voice when all this happens. So, there would be times, like I said, I wouldn't even want to leave school. I wouldn't want to leave my grandpa's house because my dad would actually be the one to pick me up. And I think my grandpa's wife at the time she was just his best friend, but before he passed away, she had married him. I'm pretty sure she started to pick up a little bit on some of the signs that I was showing. Years later, she tried to ask me about it, and by that time, I was ready to actually explain to her what happened. She was one of the reasons why I would love to go to my grandpa's, because it would be away from home. So, I mean, technically, with this being said, I will go ahead and confirm what y'all are thinking. The sexual abuse didn't only happen once. It had happened multiple times. At home, in his truck. So yeah. But that was then. And I can honestly say I've survived it. And I want to let y'all know that I am here for whoever needs to talk to someone or needs any advice from my past experiences. I'm here to listen. I'm here to help. And honestly, I feel like going through this with not just myself, but with a few others, we can help each other. We can help each other to heal. Also, the mental abuse that I had dealt with, it's more or less like being told that you didn't do something right, or saying that, pretty much putting in your head that you're not good enough. I have dealt with that not just with myself, but with it being put towards my mom as well. But don't let that sink into your head. You are good enough. You are enough. You are able to be who you want to be. Don't let nothing in the past define who you are. It's all about the now. Who you are now. Sure, you may have had building blocks in the past that had helped you get to this point, but this is who you are. Don't be scared to show who you are. Be proud of yourself. I know I am. I've gotten so far, and it doesn't have to be alone. You can have the support you need, whether it be with friends or with a boyfriend or a fiance or a husband or certain family members. Just put in your mind that you can do this. You are a survivor. You're a magnificent, beautiful person. Let your voice be heard. Because once you let your voice heard, you can also help others as well. Let your power shine. Everybody needs to know they're not alone in all this. You're not. There are probably thousands and thousands of people out there that have gone through all this. Maybe not exactly the same way, but one day they may need the help and support as well. Like I said, if anybody needs someone to talk to, or if somebody needs just an ear or support or something, don't feel scared to reach out to me. Just let me know. And feel free to leave any comments that you'd like to. Well, that's all that I have to say for the moment, so until the next video. Bye. Love you.